Hey everyone, it's BDF44 coming at you again with another video. So I want to kind of backtrack a few games in regards to the Lakers because there was something that happened that I didn't get a chance to talk about. And that was the little interaction uh, between OG Anunoby and Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was, OG Anunoby was driving toward the basket. He had gotten a steal or something like that, a breakaway play. And I guess it was one of those situations where Dennis Schroeder was chasing him down and performed a hard foul. In performing a hard foul under the basket, Schroeder was trying to, as impact became about, it looked like Dennis Schroeder was trying to hold Anunoby up, try to like keep him from falling this bad. And I think Anunoby, I don't think understood what was happening in the moment and kind of took offense to what it was going on. Maybe he thought it was some extra horseplay rather than Schroeder trying to be a good sportsman. And he picked up Schroeder by his leg. And what I think honestly happened there, this is just from looking at it a bunch of times, I think Anunoby actually didn't realize his own strength. I think he meant to lift Schroeder's leg up to get him off of him, but I don't think he meant to put Schroeder in a situation where he was falling back first. He lifted that man's leg up so hard that Schroeder immediately fell back on his head. He didn't fall on his head, but that was the direction he was falling. That was the way his momentum was taking him, and it became a situation where Gary Trent was also right there in the play for the Toronto Raptors. He was in the scrum somehow. Montrezl Harrell sees the situation occur from behind the play and runs over to protect his teammate as Anunoby pulls Schroeder's leg up and drops him to the ground. That's when he goes over and pushes Gary Trent Jr., who seemed like a peacemaker to me, to be honest with you. And the scrum became a little out of hand, but it never became a fist fight. But unfortunately, we did have some players get off the bench, and we did end up getting THT suspended for a game because of that. The reason why I'm making this video is because I'd like to address that part of it. The scrum itself, it happened. Guys got over it. Montrezl Harrell said something quotable that Laker fans will repeat for the rest of our lives, and that is, I got beef with anybody not wearing a Laker jersey. I took that little excerpt and put it on my IG page and all of that. Like that's gonna be a quote we say forever. But at the end of the day, this is about that rule that players can't get off the bench during scrums or fights or what have you. I understand the NBA is trying to combat any chance of ever having another Malice in the Palace situation. And that is understandable. You definitely want to make sure that you have cut and dry rules. But you can't have a situation where a guy is sitting on the bench during a play like that. He gets up, walks 3 feet forward, and he gets suspended, but the people in the scrum don't get suspended at all. The people who are actually fighting don't get suspended. This is one of those situations where it's like, okay, you made a rule and you have a cut and dry situation for the rule, but here goes a scenario that has arrived for us to all take a look at and say, okay, this is where we can get better in enforcing this rule. That is one of those very, very unique situations where the player should not have been suspended for getting off the bench. Did he run over there to get in a fight? No. Did he get involved in anything? No. What he did was get up off the bench, step forward a few feet, and his coaches, I believe, stopped him if what I saw was clear, and he didn't get further into that situation. So for him to be suspended, but the guy who dropped the other guy didn't get suspended. The guy who pushed the other guy in defense of the guy who got dropped wasn't suspended. The guy who did the falling wasn't suspended. I mean, it's like, what are we talking about? Like, what exactly are we trying to accomplish here, NBA? Do we want these rules to be so damn defensive that we neglect to suspend people who are actually involved in incidences, but we suspend people who get off the bench to get a better visual of the incident? Nah. Take a look at your rule. This is one of those scenarios that you did not see coming, but now that we have it as an example, go back to the drawing board and amend it so that situations such as these do not get guys suspended, because this is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. THT was a young player. He wasn't getting involved in that. It shouldn't have happened that way. So that's what I think of that situation. At the end of the day, he just shouldn't have been suspended, man. He should not have been suspended. He didn't fight anybody. Nobody got hurt, and that was that. At any situation at all involving a person who is not fighting, should not come to no suspension, man. I need to get a studio. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to deal with this bullshit. But anyway, nevertheless, at the end of the day, I'm hopeful that the NBA will take a look at this rule and put ourselves in a position to not see guys get suspended for just jumping off the bench and getting a look at something. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. My name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to his wonderful singing. I'm out.